she's just stopping to get, like, an item, that's fine.
What do you gotta have a cart for an item?
Well, no, I'm saying this is the beginning of her shopping spree. If she's...
Don't begin in the middle. You don't begin in the middle.
Why not?
The middle is for people that have already gone through...
What if that's, like, it just happens to be the first thing on her list, and then it just goes from there?
Okay, so write your list in order of the store.
What if she doesn't know the order of the store?
Why don't you just, like, get the list and cross it off as you go along as you're snaking?
Why? Like...
You don't need to start in the middle, because the middle is for people who have earned it.
What's this episode?
Faux pas.
Faux pas.
We didn't even do an introduction yet.
You're French. I'm Ben.
You can't say that.
Other known as Good.
Other known.
What's your name?
I'm Ben. Other known as Good.
We're in a car.
It's true. It's accurate to where we are.
Did you like the narrator from last episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely listened to all of last episode.
I thought I showed it to you.
You did.
Oh, okay. Did you like it though?
Yes.
Did you like the narrator?
He sounded a little unnatural.
He'll be back.
Okay.
Maybe he'll sound more natural this time.
It won't. It was AI. It was an AI-generated old
highly
person.
doubt it.
Okay, well...
I'm going to find a real old person this time.
Yeah?
Go find him.
You're going to go find an
old
old person?
Mic, yeah. I'll go to, like, just the local nursing home and just hold up a mic to his face.
That's elder abuse.
It's not if I ask.
No, it's still elder abuse. I don't think they'll let you in there.
Well, that's so mean.
Today's topic is things that just really piss me off.
Faux pas.
Social faux pas.
Social faux pas. Let's define, this is a fancy, foreign, scary word.
Mm-hmm.
Let's define the definition.
It's not American.
That is terrifying.
This is a threat to my way of life.
This is a threat to most things I know, so let's talk about it.
Okay. A faux pas
effectively
effectively translates to fake foot. Because what's more frustrating than a fake foot? You think it's your foot. You think it's your foot down there. You look down. It's a ceramic.
It's a ceramic.
It's a ceramic foot to the exact dimensions of your foot that you thought was yours. So you
I
try
don't
to move
fucking
it.
think this is what it means.
So you try to move it. What smells like Capri Suns? So you try to move your foot, but it's not moving, and you're freaking out.
Okay.
But it's only because it's not really your foot. It was a ceramic foot.
Other known as a
faux pas.
Faux pas.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to be talking about.
Faux, fake, foot, paw. You know what I mean? What's your least favorite faux pas?
Glass. That would be an awful foot.
Yeah, that would suck for sure.
Yeah.
Not really what I meant though.
Oh, okay.
It kind of it takes on new meanings as it switches countries. In the United States, a faux pas is just like an inconvenience.
A pet peeve?
Right, yeah.
A pet peeve that, like, is it like a pet peeve that you're like, ooh, or like a pet peeve where you're ready to stab?
You can do one or the other.
Oh, so it's a range.
Yeah.
Faux pas can mean anything.
It really can, but it's just sort of an unspoken thing that if you commit this
arson.
Right, yeah.
If you commit arson, that would be a faux pas.
It'd be a faux pas for sure.
Yeah, that would be an inconvenience.
It might be a faux pas depending on where you do the arson. If you're doing an arson in like a fire factory, you're just doing your job.
What is a fire factory?
Well, you think fire just grows on trees?
You're just doing your job if you're doing arson at the fire factory.
Nobody takes issue with firefighters.
It's just a day-by-day thing. Yeah, why aren't there fire lovers?
They're scared to fucking speak openly about it because firefighters are dicks.
Yeah. What the fuck happened? Holy shit.
Get sludged.
Our audience, we went to Arby's before recording. I pick up my water and there is black goo on it. Could you look in the glove compartment? Yeah, napkin me.
Can I just say, I didn't want to eat at Arby's.
No! Your opinion is a faux pas.
No. Eating Arby's is a faux pas.
No.
If you were eating Arby's in public, people have the right, they reserve the right to look at you like a scared little child.
No, they have the right to look at you normally because it's mid, and mid is fine.
Mid's not fine. Mid's worse than bad, because at least bad, there's substance. If something is bad, you can complain about it. If something's mid, apparently I'm not allowed.
No, you're not.
Because it's just fine. I like to defend things that are just passable. That's a faux pas. What was the example we gave earlier?
The bar of soap.
The bar of soap.
Let's start there.
If you are sharing a bar of soap, which you shouldn't, but maybe you are, you don't leave hair on it, okay? And that applies to housemates, significant others, family, anybody. If there is a bar of soap and you use it and you leave hair on it, there is a special circle of hell for you.
I think it's interesting because there's another faux pas on top of this, because people are also stealing each other's soap.
That's thieving.
That's thieving.
It's thieving.
That's thieving. I don't want to name people, so let's say, what should we call them?
We'll call them.
Call them. A insert is just an NPC that goes on about his day, not a real person, and he is. And Eli, in the example, owns a bar of soap, and he uses it without permission. Yeah. That is a big issue.
I think that soap really should not be a communal thing.
Was it declared that it's your soap?
I bought it.
Okay.
I didn't declare it.
Did the NPC know that?
Stop calling him an NPC. It's like giving him a scapegoat. Like he's not in charge of his own decisions.
You don't want a scapegoat?
No.
No? All right.
No.
All right.
Now listen, who doesn't exist. If you're hearing this, wipe the hair off. I'm not even asking you to not use it. Just wipe the hair off. All right? I'm already doing a courtesy because I mean, if in a perfect world, we'd all just use our own soap. Mm-hmm. It's a bar of soap. It like touches ass and balls and armpits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how I use soap is it's indirectly. So I rub it on my hands and then rub my
or
balls.
A rag or a loofah.
I'm just making sure that you aren't taking the bar of soap directly to your balls.
See, the thing is, it's kind of based on how much of a rush I'm in.
I guess
if I have time for
I guess if it is declared that it's your soap, that's fine. But like if it's communal, that is not okay.
Well, how is it? The purchasing of a thing.
It should be yours.
It should be mine.
It should be yours.
It should be mine. It was the acquisition of it.
But I'm saying, different scenario.
Right.
The soap is declared communal.
In some weird, sick, polyamorous house where the soap is communal and everybody's just swapping diseases.
Yeah, the bar should not be going on the body.
No, it shouldn't.
Okay.
Not straight
I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page.
The loofah, rag, sponge even. I don't know. Some people are into that.
Yeah.
Sponge on a stick. Or
I have a confession.
What?
I just use my hands.
You just do it on your hands?
Yeah.
It rinses off.
Rub it all over my body. My fingers can get in bigger crevices. I used to be gross. I was thinking, was I gross freshman year of high school? Yes. I was fucking vile.
Yeah, you're pretty gross.
6 or 7 years, however old I am. Since then, I have not been that gross. Middle school was vile as fuck. I was greasy as shit. I looked like I just rolled around in mud.
Did you?
No. That was just my damp body.
You remember Travis?
I was naturally damp. I do.
One time, Travis, I was gross too. And one time we came back from break, and Travis said, "Eli, you look like you just climbed out of a pile of dead bodies." Like very loudly. I didn't know how to interpret that. On the one hand, like that's metal. On the other hand, that can't be good.
Yeah, like that. You know? That's an insult, but like a good one.
Yeah, kind of metal.
So
faux pas though. Like.
We were talking about one earlier that I want to discuss. Buffets.
The buffet rule.
Yeah, can you explain the faux pas to the audience?
So there's an understanding in buffet lines that like you have to, and this is at like cookouts, buffet restaurants, certain breakfast bars and things of that nature, that you have to go in like the direction that's been set forth by the signs and shit. But I'm here to argue you should just be able to go and get one thing if you need one thing. You don't have to go through the trouble of starting where the plates and silverware are. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe you do. I think you need to get a new plate. You need a new plate. You shouldn't have to wait behind a bunch of people. You should be able to just interject and be like, let me take that. It's so awkward.
Now,
everybody looks at you like you're a bad person.
I slightly disagree, which we were discussing before the recording. I don't think that I've been in a restaurant where that rule I disagree with. It's more of when it comes to a cookout or a family gathering or something of that sort, where there's usually one designated line, and it's all leading up to the amount of food that if everyone got an item, it would equal a meal, right? It isn't like there's multiple choices of meals spread out. Everyone's eating the same thing. It's not a Golden Corral style where there's fucking chicken over to fucking steak, over to, there's like 5 main courses. There's
You're saying that you're in favor
30
of it
side dishes.
At a cookout?
I think that it is rude if you cut in front of everyone just to get one thing.
I don't, because...
Especially if the line starts at the silverware. Then you're directly cutting in front of somebody.
Yeah, I think that's fair. If you need one thing, you just go get the one thing. You shouldn't have to wait through an entire line to just get one thing.
When everyone's first grabbing their silverware and stuff, you would have to be rude to get the one thing because everyone's waiting in line to get a plate.
No, they're doing their thing at the plate. You stick your arm in for 2 seconds. It takes 2 seconds. You get the tongs. You get your chicken fried steak or whatever it is that you're getting. You just one patty and leave. And like, here's the thing, right? If anything, your opinion should be switched. Because at a cookout, there's a finite amount of food. It's not being replenished.
So it'd be really rude of you if you are the last person to get in line because you're late to the party, that you steal someone else's food.
No, you're not stealing it. Because it's...
If there's a finite, and then someone else doesn't get food and you do?
Well, let's talk about that. Survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest is a real thing. I'm pretty sure that fish from Gumball invented that. I think.
Got it. Yeah. I think that was him. Yeah. It's just blatantly rude. Seconds. This is only when no one has gotten food, and this is everyone's first round. Seconds is different. I think that a roll call for seconds is fucking stupid. Like, you should be able to go up and get a second plate whenever you want and get whatever food you want.
Oh, I guess it's only sacred the first time?
Because there's a line.
Nothing is sacred. Nothing's sacred.
There's a line the first time.
There's only a line because everybody's greedy.
Because everybody's greedy. Because everyone is waiting for a plate.
They're fucking animals.
You're greedy if you're pushing them all behind to get a plate.
Who spends 4 minutes in front of the chili pot with the ladle? Why? Oh my God. Why is it so slow? I understand that some people have arthritis, especially at cookouts when you're around fucking old people. Fix that shit for the sake of everybody else. Get one of those falconer glove things that arthritic people have. Get a brace. Like, I don't know. Just get the thing and leave. It should just be one. Shouldn't it just flow? Don't you think?
It should flow.
It doesn't, though.
I think another faux pas is if someone's like fucking thinking and waiting. If there is a line, you know what you're getting.
Yes.
First of all, you are waiting to get it. Second of all, again, I think that a line should only be a thing if there is enough, like, if everything is a part of the meal. Like, the bar, quote unquote, would be chicken, green beans, mashed potatoes, and a drink. Like, that's it. If there's a choice of a main meal between like chicken, steak, and something else, then there should not be a line. People should be walking up, grabbing what they please, and leaving because you're not eating all of that.
Right, you're not going to walk through.
You're not walking through to get everything. Yeah, you're ignoring most of it. When you're getting everything, like when you're going in the line, you should be like basically have to get everything because that's the full meal.
That's precisely why restaurants that specialize in buffets, that rule should not apply to because there are many things. Yeah. You should just go up and get something.
I completely agree.
Okay. Yeah, you're not starting over at the fucking salads and baked potatoes and making your
No, that's stupid.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that's dumb.
So why do people get upset about it?
What restaurant have you been to where they got upset about it?
I'm not going to say it because it's geographic, but...
Say it and I'll bleep it. I'm very curious.
Okay.
Uh-oh. What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's an order to that. People they get kind of shitty.
What?
They get kind of shitty if you don't do it the way you're supposed to.
That...
Because there's the silverware's down there. There's a rice steamer. You're just supposed to get your shit and then go down the line. But I don't. I like shit. I like sporadic stuff. I want a little bit of this. Skip 10 things. A little bit of that.
Before they closed, I saw roaches and mold in there.
Okay.
And they were forcing people into a line. That's so dumb. I've only ever been there once, and it was near the very end of the life, and that's what it was like a year before they closed.
It's still open.
Oh, right. There's another, isn't there?
You're thinking of I've been calling it the wrong thing.
Oh. Oh, that makes more sense. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're trying to force people into their fucking stupid
I've
lines.
not been there, and that's fucking stupid. That doesn't make any sense.
I can't live under your rules.
How many main courses do they have? Guess.
I would say probably like 30.
There's
like 30 options of things.
They're moronic. Why the fuck would you have to look at all of them?
It says line starts here, and you snake in and out.
That doesn't make any sense. That makes zero sense.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm totally with you there. That's fucking stupid.
Another social faux pas.
Okay.
All right. You know. You know what I'm saying?
Here's one that I'm guilty of constantly every day of my life, and all of the victims, I'm sorry.
What?
I am always late.
Okay.
To everywhere I go.
Yeah, he is.
And everything I do.
He is. He was an hour late today.
That's a faux pas.
That's a faux pas. You decided the time. You were the one that set the time.
I decided the time, and it was irresponsible of me. The reason I was late was because I had to charge my computer, which is what we're recording on right now, right?
User disconnected from your channel.
We're back. We got disconnected.
We didn't see where it left off.
Yeah, we did. It was halfway through me apologizing to my victims. So...
That's a long...
I'm sorry, all of my victims who I've given you trust and I have failed you.
Did we already address the fact that...
The texts?
Yeah.
They missed the texts.
They missed the texts?
Yeah, I was just wrong. We went through the logs and I said something. No.
It's gone forever, man. That was a good recording.
Yeah, it was about the funniest thing we've ever did. And now you'll never hear it. Yeah. Anyways.
Is a jacket a placeholder?
For what? For
a chair. Is a jacket a placeholder?
Oh, I like this one.
No, it's not.
Is it?
No, it's not. I don't think any object is a placeholder, with the exception of maybe like a bunch of food that you've already put down.
It depends on how much you need that chair. If there's one chair at the dining room table, you get up, leave your jacket there, and you're about to eat. Someone goes and sits down in front of your food, then that should be your chair.
But that you shouldn't even need a jacket if there's food in front of it.
That's fair.
A jacket is not a fucking placeholder. A jacket, anything that fucking bends and bows to the shape of the ass is not even an obstacle. It's like, maybe if you put your phone down, people acknowledge if I sit on this person's phone, it's gonna feel like I'm sitting on a phone. I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. It's a jacket. It takes the shape of the fucking thing. You know what I mean?
So, what would be a placeholder for a chair? That's...
If you have food, mini drinks, maybe your laptop is set up.
Okay.
If you're the master of the home,
is
you know what I mean?
Okay.
If there's a specific
chair. It's like,
chair,
this is my chair.
Like, old people.
It's my house.
Old people have like...
They got the rocking chair? Yeah. So, in your opinion, if there's not necessarily a specific reason on why they need the chair, they shouldn't have the right to save it.
Correct. And I moved the jacket. I moved the jacket to the other couch where there was a seat available. And I was told, hey, what are you doing, man? You didn't see the jacket? And I said I saw the jacket, and I also saw a lack of people in the chair. So I took the jacket and moved it to an equally good spot.
Going back to a couple episodes ago where we were very good at describing the layout of a room.
Yes.
I want...
mirrors on every surface, a looking glass in the center. Filled with men.
Your living room where the crime scene happened.
Yes.
Can you describe how it's laid out?
There is a single standalone chair. All right, it's an armchair, and then there's a couch that can seat 3 to 4 people.
Yeah.
And then mini chairs throughout the house. In this particular instance, there were only 4 people in the home. So nobody was in the living room. It was just me. I sat down in this chair where there was a jacket. I moved the jacket because, it's just the courteous thing to do, to another spot, which would have absolutely held this person. And this person, who just for the sake of, their privacy, we'll call them. Came out and said, what are you doing? Well, you know what I'm doing. I'm having a sit on the armchair with the 2 arms.
Did he try and steal the spot back?
He did. He wouldn't let up on it. And eventually I was like, you know what? All yours.
That doesn't make sense to me because the way that your room is laid out, the seat you were offering him has a better view of the television. And what else is he doing there?
Nothing at all. But here's the thing. When I stood up, he did that fake courteous thing that you do where you go, you're like, no, if you're going to get up, you can have it. You can have it. But I was already in the strut. I was already fucking walking over to the couch.
Maybe
you knew I wasn't going to go back on it.
If it's a full room, everyone's sitting around, there's like 10 people playing Jackbox, every seat's taken, you get up to get a drink, someone takes your spot, forcing you to sit on the floor, that is a different scenario. Yeah. I might be annoyed by that. What you're describing is there are 4 open seats, all cushioned.
2 of them were occupied by the time he got back.
Okay.
But there was still perfectly good, and I was the first one in the room.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
That doesn't make sense to me.
I'm going to make him listen to this episode.
User disconnected from your channel.
We're back. Yeah, sorry, it keeps on dying. Now we have it plugged in, so it cannot die, and it will never die, and we will always win.
True.
But I caught it this time. You didn't miss anything too funny. There was a really funny fart.
It was hilarious.
It was amazing. The scenario that you were describing where there's a seat open which has a better view of the television.
Yes. Ridiculous. Dog etiquette.
Dog etiquette?
Yeah.
Okay. Might have a couple of victims to this one, too.
You may be. These dogs are not as big, so it's not really that big of an issue. But if you have a big dog...
And it doesn't know how to control itself?
And it doesn't know how to control itself, and it's clawing you and messing up your clothes and scrunching everything.
That's bad.
You need to get some fucking spray bottle.
When the dog is big enough for me to be scared of it, it could like physically knock me off my feet. It needs to be trained well.
Yeah.
And
hit it more. I don't know.
Our second dog is an Australian Shepherd, and he's getting there. I think at some point, maybe in the next year, because he's like still a puppy, but he's still supposed to keep growing. And if he keeps on acting how he does, then there'll be some victims afoot.
There will.
I don't disagree with that one, though. Like, tiny dogs can jump all they want because it's cute and it's at your ankles.
It's annoying, but I understand.
But, like, it doesn't...
Passive.
Yeah. It doesn't physically harm your well-being.
Yeah.
If a Great Dane is pouncing on you just because it's excited, you're on the floor now.
Yeah, that's not funny. That's not cute.
That's scary.
What is that?
That's scary.
It's gross.
We got cut off the first time right before we started talking about the stop and chat.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to talk about that. Can you explain the scenario that we were in?
Yeah, I was coming back from I met up with you.
Yeah.
Because you said you were doing fireworks. I thought that meant there was a little display happening. What you meant is we're going to walk 2 blocks over to a food truck in a field full of people that are like coughing on you and sneezing and touching
That was just to get food and then come back.
Ridiculous. So we walk this, it's a very hot day. It's like 90 degrees, 89, 95 degrees.
You did not have to come.
And I walk on my 2 feet, very tired. Oh,
you're a victim of yourself for this one. This one's not my fault.
So we walk to this place, all right? I take 2 steps in and I immediately have like tuberculosis, so I leave. And as I'm coming back, an acquaintance, all right, there's a person who I know of, I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
But not really like it's not like a person that I've spoken to one-on-one in the past.
Yeah.
Does a 5-minute stop and chat in 90-degree weather. I think the weather plays such a big role of how committed to a stop and chat you should get to.
I don't like... How close were you to this person, first of all?
This is a friend of my brother.
Okay, no. That...
I was like humoring, but I was like, that was a gross place, don't go there. But like, talking about like college majors and,
If a friend of one of my siblings stopped me in 90-degree weather to talk to me for 5 to 10 minutes, I would walk away from the conversation.
It was very hot. It was a very hot stop and chat.
Like, I don't know, I'm a pretty awkward person. I gotta have, like, an idea coming in to a conversation to be, like, bring up from my own experiences or something like that. When somebody is approaching me and talking about something for a long time that I don't know anything about, or God forbid, I'm not interested in, if you don't catch my interest, what's the point?
Oh yeah, no, your interests are so varied. Do you like video games that come on discs and cartridges? This guy's a madman.
Oh yeah, and if you're not talking about either of those, I could not care.
Miss me with that. I'll be over here playing Dream Course.
90-degree weather, freezing weather.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
Rain?
Don't talk to me unless we're inside and I'm visibly bored. If I'm busy, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Go away.
We're walking. It's hot. It's hot outside. I have another mile to walk back. You know what I mean? I just want to get through that mile, bite the bullet, and get through it. Back to the place.
You know what another faux pas is?
What's that?
Inviting someone over for some great, nice fireworks. And them dipping out before the fireworks had even began.
Something awful happened to the water, man. Did I? Okay, so maybe when I left, I wasn't completely truthful. Maybe a water pipe didn't burst.
No.
It was very hot.
It was hot.
There were like 30 people at your home.
Yeah, it was a hot house. Yeah.
Something awful happened to the water pipe. All right. You got to understand. You got to understand my disposition.
Yeah.
Was it a faux pas? Probably. It was probably a faux pas.
But something did awful happen to the water line.
Something awful.
It did happen to the water line. By the way, that thing that happened that was just awful, so bad to the car, it's fixed.
Nice.
The car's back.
Yes.
We can sit in it. It's not awful.
We can swim in it.
The car's not awful. We can swim in it.
We could do little kisses in it.
Yeah. We never did get it out of the lake after the awful thing, but we can swim in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is awesome.
And it's really cool at the bottom of the lake.
It is. I saw a shark.
I saw the wreckage of the Titanic. Immediately before being crushed by fucking thousands of PSI.
Did they get to see the Titanic at least before they died?
No, they were actively descending.
Wow.
I know it's not funny, but that's hilarious.
Okay, have you heard about how this motherfucking company is already figuring out, they're building a spaceship.
Oh, great.
To send people to space, and you can pay for it. It's the exact same thing, except you go to fucking space, and it's $500,000.
Sounds good, man.
Why would anyone buy that? You're a fucking lunatic.
People are gonna.
But
they're fucking gonna.
But they just died.
Yeah,
they just died.
People don't fucking care. Rich people are so bored with everything. They've experienced every sensation, every pleasure in life. They're just like, fuck it. Today I'm going to jump out of a moving train.
It's time for space.
You know? It's that or they're harvesting adrenochrome from the brains of children. There's no in-between with rich people.
That's a faux pas.
That's a faux pas.
That's a faux pas.
Not my brain. Not my little adrenochrome gland.
Hey, do not faux pas me, Beyonce.
Do you think Beyonce eats adrenochrome?
Her and Tom Hanks are on many of the lists that were apparently the flight logs, which I think is... I was talking about this to somebody like a couple of days ago. Epstein, I think we can agree that he wasn't a great fellow.
He wasn't very agreeable.
He invited all these people who had a lot of political power and pull. And it's just hard for me to believe that in that same list is the woman that sings All the Single Ladies and the guy from Castaway. Hey, like, man. Do you think he's a big enough fan of those things to risk his life and career on? He's so. Like, hey, you were Forrest Gump.
Dude.
I got a secret for you. Like, why the fuck would Forrest Gump be the guy that he decides to invite over?
Well, it's an island. Castaway.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, was on the flight.
What the fuck?
And there was an attendant that said Matt Groening didn't do any of the pedophile stuff. He just liked to have his feet rubbed.
By the children?
By the flight attendant.
By the flight attendant?
Yeah. So this guy was like, I'll try the island.
Go.
He's on the commute over to the island. And he's like, boy, are my pigsies tired.
Go to a masseuse! What the fuck are you doing?
I wonder, maybe Epstein, because, he's got sort of a history of lying. Maybe he misled them. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just like, this is a fun resort.
But like,
he didn't do anything.
You think if they weren't, I don't get why you would invite actors and singers to the thing that can, like, ruin your reputation. It's like you are getting the death sentence for this fucking shit if you get caught, and you're like, hey, I know that the guy from Castaway won't be the snake. He's not gonna say shit.
Did you fucking see him in Captain Phillip?
I knew you drew Lisa.
Yeah.
And I and you're trustworthy.
Yeah. Come here, man.
Why?
Draw a Bart on my cave.
So he fucking went?
Yeah.
That makes zero sense.
He got his feet rubbed on the plane. He was Matt Groening.
Epstein is the world's biggest faux pas.
Yeah. Don't do an Epstein.
Do not do an Epstein.
That'd be such a faux pas. His island's still for sale.
No, it got sold.
It got sold?
It kept on lowering, and then someone bought it, and I was like, shoot.
Fuck.
Could have got in on that. I forget who bought it. It was another creep.
It's like PepsiCo.
Might have been. It was some CEO in India? I don't know.
Yeah, that's bad juju. You can't fucking do that, dude.
Yeah, I don't
think you should buy the Epstein.
Like, that's awful. It's like, guys, I got some great real estate.
It was super cheap. I don't know what happened here.
Like, I'm pretty sure Hitler used to own it, but like, it was just awesome. It was awesome how cheap it was.
Oh, okay. I got a good faux pas. I went to Walmart the other day, which was a mistake, but I thought, okay, surely the cheap prices would offset the horrible fucking people that go to Walmart. And I'm not even kidding. Walmart people are just they're a different breed, man.
Yeah.
They like dress in fucking a bunch of, like the kind of shit Lady Gaga would wear, where it'd be like a meat suit or like a suit made out of a bunch of foreskins. But this is kind of the opposite of the buffet problem. nobody is using the fucking order of the aisles. It'd be so much easier if everybody just kind of went. But people interject. They fucking shove in and then they stand in the center of aisles with their carts.
I do that everywhere I go.
Do you really?
Not the center. I go onto the side, but like the middle of a lane, yeah.
I can't get behind that. Everybody should start at the back of the dairy.
That's interesting, because you're so against the buffet.
It's less time with the buffet. You can just go in and get something. But if you're shoving a whole cart, here's the thing: if you don't have a cart, you can do whatever you want. You can go to any aisle and get stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you have a cart, if you've accepted the responsibility of a cart, you do the fucking order, and you don't stand in the middle of an aisle.
What's the order for you? I've never even heard of an order.
There's an order at every grocery store. You start at the furthest back, and the dairy and the yogurt and the butters and the what have you.
I have never done that.
And then you snake in and out of each aisle until you've come back up to the bread. Yes, you do that. And then you have the bread at the very end. You can put it on top so it won't get crushed.
Gotta say, I totally disagree with that. I guess because I've never been to such a big shopping spree for food that I filled up a cart. But when I'm getting like 20, 30 things, I just get whatever is closest and easiest to get and try and make it like as much of a line as possible. I have never snaked through each aisle.
You don't have to snake through. You can skip an aisle if you don't want it, but you have to skip an aisle. You know what I mean? You can't just take your cart and go straight into the middle of an aisle and cut off a bunch of people that are going the correct way. It's ridiculous.
I don't know about this one.
It's ridiculous.
Like, that seems like a you thing.
No. You don't have to follow the order to a T, but what you can do is take your fucking cart that you don't need. If you're just getting a couple of things, there's baskets, there's alternatives.
Yeah.
Don't take a fucking cart and stand in the middle of an aisle and just be like, I could use this paprika. I could use this little can of diced tomatoes. Well, meanwhile, there's people that are actually following the ebb and flow, and you're fucking them up. It's ridiculous.
By the middle of the aisle, what do you mean? Like, directly in the center, or they're pushed up against a wall of the aisle and they're looking at the stuff that is near the cart?
You don't need to look. Nobody needs to look at the stuff.
Yeah, you do.
What do you need to look at the stuff for?
To see, if it's macaroni, for example, what kind? Maybe there's a new type of cheese in the macaroni. Maybe you're wanting to splurge and get a better brand this time.
You need to know what you want going in.
By the brand.
Look, here is exactly what was happening. There was a woman in the aisle with her phone up and a box up like this. Her cart, I understand you can't see in the podcast, but she had her phone and a box up and was looking at them.
Yeah, right next to each other.
And her cart was directly across the aisle in a horizontal. Basically...
Horizontal?
Horizontally.
Like as in parallel to the wall?
As in perpendicular to the wall.
Okay, no, that's fucking stupid.
It's ridiculous.
that makes zero sense.
It still would not have been appropriate if it was vertical.
That's where I disagree. If it was vertical right up against the wall, she's just stopping to get like an item, that's fine.
What do you gotta have a cart for an item?
Well, no, I'm saying this is the beginning of her shopping spree. If she's...
Don't begin in the middle. You don't begin in the middle.
Why not?
The middle is for people that have already gone through.
What if that's like, it just happens to be the first thing on her list and then it just goes from there?
Okay, so write your list in order of the store.
What if she doesn't know the order of the store?
Why don't you just get the list and cross it off as you go along as you're snaking?
Why? Like,
you don't need to start in the middle because the middle is for people who have earned it.
So middle being like the 10th or 11th aisle?
Of 20.
Of 20?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with just going straight there.
No, I see a lot wrong with that.
You shouldn't have your cart blocking the aisle. That makes zero sense.
You should not be a new factor in everybody else who is following the rules of the store. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, but I've just never heard of this as an issue before.
It's such a fucking issue. Look, you could streamline the entire process if you just fucking followed the order.
I don't think anyone knows of this order but you.
No, this is an order.
I don't think this is an order.
And here's
is this an order?
It's an order.
It's not an order.
You don't take your cart first thing to the marshmallow aisle. You know what I mean?
But
nothing.
Why not?
Because, You're messing up the feng shui.
The grocery
There
store?
is a fucking order. Look, people are
the only
so
order,
frantic.
The only order in the grocery store is they are putting the things to tempt you the most, the closest to the door, while the things that are the necessities at the back. That's why the milk and the cheese and the bread is near the back, and the chips and the pop is at the front.
You don't see
because you
the
have to
issue?
walk through it.
You still don't see
There's
the issue.
no order past that.
No, there is an order. Listen, let me put you in my shoes, okay?
Okay.
You go into the store with a plan.
I see it.
With big dreams of just getting the shit that you want.
I'm ready.
Quickly, efficiently, and streamlined.
Yes.
I go into each aisle. If I need something, I take it.
Okay.
If I don't need something out of an aisle, I skip the aisle.
How many things are you getting? Or am I getting? I'm you right now.
Okay, yeah, in this scenario, you need milk, eggs, flour, some fucking brownie mix, oil, applesauce, cereal, some canned goods, taco kit.
Okay.
Just like a considerable amount of groceries.
Okay, so like almost a full cart.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm just weaving in and out, and I have everything. Everything is right in my head.
So you've started. So you the milk is at the back of the store always because that's a necessity.
Right.
Right. So the best way in what is the path for you to get to the milk if not cut through the people who are weaving between the aisles?
You wait. You stop and wait. You play a game of red light, green light as you make your way to the very backmost of the store. That's where you start, and that is where the fucking game board starts. Okay? Now imagine you've got all this figured out in your head. You're going to go into each aisle and grab the stuff that you need. Everybody else is honoring the rules. It's great. It's a great time. It's utopia. It's orgasmic. And you start weaving in and out of the aisle. And you're familiar with all the people that you're walking with because there's like a line.
20, 19,
18. And then you see somebody like, oh, I saw you in aisle 20. How's it going? Some fucking random who just entered the store with a cart.
Okay.
Begins right in the plasticware aisle, getting plasticware. What? For what purpose? Start at the milk.
What if they don't need milk? What if they don't need anything from the weaving until the plastic?
If you don't need milk and you don't need anything until the plasticware, you should still look into each aisle just to make sure. That way nobody... Look, fucking clogs, dude. You're fucking bottlenecking. Don't bottleneck in the aisle. You don't fucking enter this thing new. You have to start at the milk.
I want to circle back to this in a future episode. I think this is a grocery store etiquette.
Yeah.
I think this is a very interesting topic. All right, let's have our closing arguments on faux pas. Do you want to start?
Yeah.
All right.
You don't start in the middle of the store. You should fucking always start at the milk. That's all.
All right. I agree with most of the faux pas. My heart's out there for the victims that I've caused. It's fine if you need to start in aisle 11. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it.
You're a new factor. That's too many things to keep track of, but okay.
I'm good.
I'm done.